Section 1.5, Properties of Real Numbers. Learning Objectives. By the end of this section, you will be able to 1. Use the commutative and associative properties. 2. Use the properties of identity, inverse, and zero. 3. Simplify expressions using the distributive property. Be prepared 1.5. A more thorough introduction to the topics covered in this section can be found in the Elementary Algebra 2E, Chapter Foundations. 1.5.1. Use the commutative and associative properties. The order we add two numbers doesn't affect the result. If we add 8 plus 9 or 9 plus 8, the results are the same. They both equal 17. So, 8 plus 9 equals 9 plus 8. The order in which we add does not matter. Similarly, when multiplying two numbers, the order does not affect the result. If we multiply 9.8 or 8.9, the results are the same. They both equal 72. So, 9.8 equals 8.9. The order in which we multiply does not matter. These examples illustrate the commutative property. A. Commutative property. A. Of addition. If A and B are real numbers, then A plus B equals B plus A. B. Of multiplication. If A and B are real numbers, then A dot B equals B dot A. When adding or multiplying, changing the order gives the same result. The commutative property has to do with order. We subtract 9 minus 8 and 8 minus 9 and see that 9 minus 8 is not equal to 8 minus 9. Since changing the order of the subtraction does not give the same result, we know that subtraction is not commutative. Division is not commutative either. Since 12 divided by 3 is not equal to 3 divided by 12, changing the order of the division did not give the same result. The commutative properties apply only to addition and multiplication. Addition and multiplication are commutative. Subtraction and division are not commutative. When adding three numbers, changing the grouping of the numbers gives the same result. For example, open parenthesis, 7 plus 8, closed parenthesis, plus 2 equals 7 plus, open parenthesis, 8 plus 2, closed parenthesis, since each side of the equation equals 17. This is true for multiplication, too. For example, open parenthesis, 5.1 over 3, closed parenthesis, 3 equals 5. Open parenthesis, 1 over 3.3, closed parenthesis, since each side of the equation equals 5. These examples illustrate the associative property. B. Associative property. A. Of addition. If A, B, and C are real numbers, then open parenthesis, A plus B, closed parenthesis, plus C equals A plus, open parenthesis, B plus C, closed parenthesis. B. Of multiplication. If A, B, and C are real numbers, then open parenthesis, A dot B, closed parenthesis, dot C equals A dot, open parenthesis, B dot C, closed parenthesis. When adding or multiplying, changing the grouping gives the same result. The associative property has to do with grouping. If we change how the numbers are grouped, the result will be the same. Notice it is the same three numbers in the same order, the only difference is the grouping. We saw that subtraction and division were not commutative. They are not associative either. Open parenthesis, 10 minus 3, closed parenthesis, minus 2 not equal to 10, minus, open parenthesis, 3, minus 2, closed parenthesis. 7 minus 2 not equal to 10, minus 1. 5 not equal to 9. Open parenthesis, 24, divided by 4, closed parenthesis, divided by 2 not equal to 24, divided by, open parenthesis, 4, divided by 2, closed parenthesis. 6, divided by 2 not equal to 24, divided by 2. 3 not equal to 12. When simplifying an expression, it is always a good idea to plan what the steps will be. In order to combine like terms in the next example, we will use the commutative property of addition to write the like terms together. Example 1.45. Simplify. 18p plus 6q plus 15p plus 5q. Solution. 18p plus 6q plus 15p plus 5q. Use the commutative property of addition to reorder so that like terms are together. 18p plus 15p plus 6q plus 5q. Add like terms. 33p plus 11q. Try at 1.89. Simplify. 23r plus 14s plus 9r plus 15s. Try at 1.90. Simplify. 37m plus 21n plus 4m minus 15n. When we have to simplify algebraic expressions, we can often make the work easier by applying the commutative property or associative property first. Example 1.46. Simplify. Open parenthesis, 5 over 13 plus 3 over 4 closed parenthesis plus 1 over 4. Solution. Open parenthesis, 5 over 13 plus 3 over 4 closed parenthesis plus 1 over 4. Notice that the last two terms have a common denominator, so change the grouping. 5 over 13 plus, open parenthesis, 3 over 4 plus 1 over 4 closed parenthesis. Add in parentheses first. 5 over 13 plus, open parenthesis, 4 over 4 closed parenthesis. Simplify the fraction. 5 over 13 plus 1. Add 1 and 5 over 13. Convert to an improper fraction. 18 over 13. Try at 1.91. Simplify. Open parenthesis, 7 over 15 plus 5 over 8, closed parenthesis, plus 3 over 8. Try at 1.92. Simplify. Open parenthesis, 2 over 9 plus 7 over 12, closed parenthesis, plus 5 over 12. 1.5.2. Use the properties of identity, inverse, and zero. What happens when we add 0 to any number? Adding 0 doesn't change the value. For this reason, we call 0 the additive identity. The identity property of addition that states that for any real number a plus 0 equals a, and 0 plus a equals a. What happens when we multiply any number by 1? Multiplying by 1 doesn't change the value. So we call 1 the multiplicative identity. The identity property of multiplication that states that for any real number a dot 1 equals a, and 1 dot a equals a. We summarize the identity properties here. A. Identity property a of addition. For any real number a plus 0 equals a, and 0 plus a equals a. 0 is the additive identity. B. Of multiplication. For any real number a dot 1 equals a, and 1 dot a equals A. 1 is the multiplicative identity. What number added to 5 gives the additive identity, 0? We know 5 plus, open parenthesis, negative 5, closed parenthesis, equals 0. The missing number was the opposite of the number. We call negative A the additive inverse of A. The opposite of a number is its additive inverse. A number and its opposite add to 0, which is the additive identity. This leads to the inverse property of addition that states for any real number A plus, open parenthesis, negative A, closed parenthesis, equals 0. What number, multiplied by 2 over 3 gives the multiplicative identity, 1? In other words, 2 over 3 times, what results in 1? We know 2 over 3 dot 3 over 2 equals 1. The missing number was the reciprocal of the number. We call 1 over A the multiplicative inverse of A. The reciprocal of a number is its multiplicative inverse. This leads to the inverse property of multiplication that states that for any real number A not equal to 0, A dot 1 over A equals 1. We'll formally state the inverse properties here. B. Inverse property A of addition. For any real number A plus, open parenthesis, negative A, closed parenthesis, equals 0. Negative A is the additive inverse of A. A number and its opposite add to 0. B. Of multiplication. For any real number A not equal to 0, A dot 1 over A equals 1. 1 over A is the multiplicative inverse of A. A number and its reciprocal multiplied to 1. The identity property of addition says that when we add 0 to any number, the result is that same number. What happens when we multiply a number by 0? Multiplying by 0 makes the product equal 0. What about division involving 0? What is 0 divided by 3? Think about a real example. If there are no cookies in the cookie jar and 3 people are to share them, how many cookies does each person get? There are no cookies to share, so each person gets 0 cookies. So, 0 divided by 3 equals 0. We can check division with the related multiplication fact. So we know 0 divided by 3 equals 0 because 0 dot 3 equals 0. Now think about dividing by 0. What is the result of dividing 4 by 0? Think about the related multiplication fact. 4 divided by 0 equals question mark means question mark dot 0 equals 4. Is there a number that, multiplied by 0 gives 4? Since any real number, multiplied by 0 gives 0, there is no real number that can be multiplied by 0 to obtain 4. We conclude that there is no answer to 4 divided by 0, and so we say that division by 0 is undefined. We summarize the properties of 0 here. C. Properties of 0. Multiplication by 0. For any real number A dot 0 equals 0 and 0 dot A equals 0. The product of any number and 0 is 0. Division by 0. For any real number A not equal to 0. 0 over A equals 0. 0 divided by any real number except itself is 0. A over 0 is undefined. Division by 0 is undefined. We will now practice using the properties of identities, inverses, and 0 to simplify expressions. Example 1.47. Simplify. Negative 84n plus, open parenthesis, negative 73n, closed parenthesis, plus 84n. Solution. negative 84n, plus, open parenthesis, negative 73n, closed parenthesis, plus, 84n. Notice that the first and third terms are opposites. Use the commutative property of addition to reorder the terms. Negative 84n, plus, 84n, plus, open parenthesis, negative 73n, closed parenthesis. Add left to right. 0, plus, open parenthesis, negative 73n, closed parenthesis. Add negative 73n. Try at 1.93. Simplify. Negative 27a, plus, open parenthesis, negative 48a, closed parenthesis, plus, 27a. Try at 1.94. Simplify. 39x, plus, open parenthesis, negative 92x, closed parenthesis, plus, open parenthesis, negative 39x, closed parenthesis. Now we will see how recognizing reciprocals is helpful. Before multiplying left to right, look for reciprocals. Their product is 1. Example 1.48. Simplify. 7 over 15 dot 8 over 23 dot 15 over 7. Solution. 7 over 15 dot 8 over 23 dot 15 over 7. Notice the first and third terms are reciprocals, so use the commutative property multiplication to reorder the factors. 7 over 15 dot 15 over 7 dot 8 over 23. Multiply left to right. 1 dot 8 over 23. Multiply 8 over 23. Try at 1.95. Simplify. 9 over 16 dot 5 over 49 dot 16 over 9. Try at 1.96. Simplify. 6 over 17 dot 11 over 25 dot 17 over 6. The next example makes us aware of the distinction between dividing 0 by some number or some number being divided by 0. Example 1.49. Simplify. A. 0 over n plus 5, where n not equals negative 5. B. 10 minus 3p, all divided by 0, where 10 minus 3p not equal 0. Solution. A. 0 over n plus 5. 0 divided by any real number except itself is 0. B. 10 minus 3p, all divided by 0. Undefined. Division by 0 is undefined. Try at 1.97. Simplify. A. 0 over m plus 7, where m not equals negative 7. B. 18 minus 6c, all divided by 0, where 18 minus 6c not equal to 0. Try at 1.98. Simplify. A. 0 over d minus 4, where d not equals 4. B. 15 minus 4q, all divided by 0, where 15 minus 4q not equal to 0.